Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening to Wake Up, Look Up, a podcast where we connect events happening in real time to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Zach Wyrock. In today's episode, we're talking about a stock market crash. We're asking the question, what master do you serve? It was not a great week for the stock market. Took a really big nosedive, really across the board. The Dow was down, NASDAQ was down, foreign markets were down. Things were pretty bleak. It was in the news a lot. And if you're like me, that meant you were trying not to check your investment accounts and then unsuccessfully checking them and being discouraged. So the stock market, anytime it goes down, that's not good news for most of us. This is not, of course, a financial podcast, and I'm not a financial advisor. So instead of looking at the economics, I want to take a second and say, hey, is there something we can learn spiritually when the stock market takes a nosedive? And I think the answer to that is yes. So I want to offer three kind of pastoral thoughts that I hope are helpful in the midst of this stock market downturn, but really you could play this in the years to come when the market takes a nosedive. Here's the first one. The U.S. economy, the global economy, is incredibly complex. If you look at the causes for why the market is down, you can find a variety of topics that on their own would make for whole podcast episodes. Foreign currency markets, artificial intelligence, an election season where both candidates are making comments that affect particular industries. Long story short, it's so nuanced and so complex that you and I can't fully understand it. Even economists, even people who spend their lives picking stocks and investing other people's money, cannot always or even regularly predict the market's up and down action. If they could, they would be rich, and many of us would be rich alongside them. The complexity and the nuanced nature of the market makes it really hard to predict, which is why we should be reminded every time the market goes down that God is sovereign and we are not. That God is God and we are not. Jesus tells us in Matthew chapter 6 that the root cause of anxiety is that you and I feel as though we need to be responsible for things we can't possibly be responsible for. And because anxiety doesn't produce results, we feel impotent. Jesus says it this way, which of you by worrying can add a single day to your life? When the market goes down, it should produce an effect in me in which I push back and say, God, I am so glad you are in control, and I'm so glad I can trust you because I have no idea what's going on, why it's going on, and how I step out of it. The second thing it should do, though, also is kind of show us who our master is. Look, if you're sleeping well when the market is up and you're tossing and turning when the market is down, if the movement of our economy is what determines your happiness, if your bank account balance is what makes you feel good, then your master is money. Your master is security and safety or materialism or pleasure, but it's not Jesus. When the market goes down, God hasn't changed. When the market goes down, Jesus is no less king of the universe. His promise to make all things new is no less true. But if I feel like it is, that's probably a good indication to me that I'm serving the wrong master. Jesus tells us again in Matthew 6, you can't serve two masters. If a market crash ruins me, then perhaps I need to repent, not of investing, which is not evil, but of trusting my investments instead of King Jesus. The third thing a market downturn should cause us to do is to be reminded that eternal investments trump earthly ones. Jesus said it this way, store for yourselves treasures in heaven, not on earth, where thieves and rust and moths can destroy. His point is, anytime you and I invest in this world, volatility is the only sure thing. Ruin can come in a variety of forms. So Jesus is telling us to make sure that our budget, our money management, our investing reflects kingdom values, that we are sending our money in a direction in which eternity is secure. Investing in American companies is a good idea, but it means investing in things that will not last, at least eternally. Jesus says, are you investing in my kingdom? That's the one permanent thing. So you see, market downturn isn't good for you and it isn't good for me on a lot of levels, but it might be a catalyst for spiritual growth if we'll let it be. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Wake Up, Look Up. While you're here, make sure you click like and subscribe so you get future content from Wake Up, Look Up. And hey, leave a comment below letting us know what you thought or interacting in some way with what you just watched. I'd love a chance to talk with you more in the comment section. And also, while you're here, check out all the other content CCC puts out, including the videos that are around me right now.